Hey guys, I'm John. I'm over here from No Topic Straight Talk. This is the first episode we're doing here, like in this format. My co-host Chris is over in New Jersey with his daughter, so he's out of this one. So it's us guys. Mike, Andrew, welcome.
Thanks, man.
We would have run over Chris's house if we'd known.
I know, and he was right there in Lacey too, right over there where you guys were just at, right?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you guys like that area?
It's nice to me. It was a little cold, but anytime there's punk rock, I'm liking that spot.
Yeah, it was pretty
We're
freaky.
good. So all you guys got to do is share that post from the.
Something's bleeding through.
What happened there? So I used to live like right across the street from that park over there, and I grew up over there. So it's a pretty dead area. It's pretty dead. I'm glad I got out of there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're back in Florida now. So you're already back in Florida, huh? You came up just for that weekend there, huh?
Yeah, I came up on that Friday, and I think that Friday went to the show on Saturday, helping support Jay and you guys, and then went back Sunday. It wasn't too soon enough, really. I got to get out of New Jersey. I hate it there sometimes, but so I came back to Florida, and it's not cold here. It was like 90 degrees when I landed, and back into the oven. So. It was good. I like Florida. Florida's pretty cool, but I mean,
Where in Florida are you at?
I'm like 2 minutes from Disney.
Oh, so Orlando.
Yeah, the happiest place on earth. So
is traffic like a motherfucker there always, I would imagine?
Oh my God, it's so fucking horrible. I mean, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. It takes you like 20 minutes to get 2 minutes down the road. It sucks.
Yeah, I imagine.
And there's all a bunch of tourists here, and I mean, I'm a tourist, I guess, but. Not anymore.
A transplant.
Yeah, I've been here 8 months. I could claim Florida now. Florida's my own.
You've been there long enough to write it on your taxes. That's all that.
Yes. And to put it like, as the places I lived, like, Florida, New Jersey, Delaware, Massachusetts, New York City. So, I'm an East Coast type traveler. World renowned.
You work at Walt Disney?
No. Oh. Fuck no. I would never. I work at a place that manufactures like products for weed.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Manufactures like sprays for weed. It's called Skunk Doctor. Everybody go for it. It's pretty nice.
Skunk Doctor. I've heard of that.
Have you really?
You know what? I have a bag, like a travel with a lock, and it's like smell proof, and that's called Skunk, and it says skunk because everything else stinks. Is that not the same company?
I don't think so. No, we do like room deodorizer sprays and like incense, and then we're gonna get into grinders and all that other stuff. I mean, I don't know anything about it myself.
I'm on Grindr.
Not that grinder.
Oh.
I got this fat little edible. I was on a different podcast last week on the Devil's Den, and they gave me this Cinnamon Toast Crunch reefer bar with some chocolate on top they made. I ate half of it on 420 on my podcast, and I'm about to down this other half now, see what happens,
It sounds pretty good.
How does it feel? Did it do good? Were you good on it?
Yeah, it gave me a pretty nice body high. I mean, it's hard for me to judge because, I'll probably be taking dabs this whole time. But all I do is smoke weed. So, like, it's hard. I got some flower weed. I'm always smoking dabs, and I'm stoned from the moment I wake up. So you throw this in the mix. It's like, well, what is it? Is it the crumble? Is it the shatter? Is it the flower? Is it the edible? I'll say on 420, though, live. I was live on the actual minute of 420, and I was baked. It takes me a lot to get, like, real stoned. But so I'm thinking maybe it was the brownie because I had this nice, like, body high going. It was an extra level, so I'm going to attribute that to the brownie.
Yeah, just experiment. Go ahead. Let's see what happens. Yeah. That's not my kind of experimentation. I'd be somewhere else, like in a bathroom, doing hardcore drugs.
Been there.
Not there anymore. 3 years sober now. So
there you go.
So it's all good. So you guys like are you putting anything else new out? Or anything?
We are kind of, I don't know, I can't speak for Blanx, but PoGo City, what we're doing, we're putting out a record.
Well, you just go right ahead and speak for the rest of
We're putting out a record called Shaken and Stirred, and we're taking a bunch of bands and we're mixing up the members. Blanx, Mike will be on it, Renee, Tim. I haven't spoke to Chad. I'd like him to be on it. And we also have members from the Despise, the Unsubs, the Parasitics, myself with the Stabs, some one-sided, and we're kind of going to be like a comp, but we're mixing up a bunch of the members, and we're doing a bunch of original music. And like, for example, one band will be we did The Wedding as Mike Blanx and the Wasted Paradabs, which was Mike on vocals, Josie from the Parasitics on drums, Renee Wasted on guitar, and me from the Stabs, the Paradabs, on bass. So we're kind of just gonna make a bunch of tracks with random lineups, and that's what we're working on at PoGo.
And it's all original stuff.
Yeah, we've started writing. We have like maybe 3 songs that between 3 different projects.
I'm in this too.
Yes, Mike, you are in this. He's like, am I in this now? Huh?
They don't tell me anything. I get these group text messages, and it's like, and Josie's singing. One of the guys, the drummer, singing me, or serenading me, and I'm like, is this for me?
Yeah, me and John.
I like it, but okay, I can't wait.
Me and John been sending those voice messages back and forth, and Josie, he'll be like, this is my idea. He'll just start recording his voice onto the Facebook chat and send it, and like.
So that's a pretty cool idea, though.
I love it. I think it's going to be like real slutty rock and roll. We come up with.
Yeah, totally slutty. I really like the slut factor involved there. It's going to be good.
Yeah. There's, I don't know if there's a lot of that around these days.
I can't name another slutty band.
Sex, drugs, and alcohol band.
I mean, there was, I think, but maybe not since the 90s, like Buck Cherry and
Buck Cherry.
Back to the 80s hair metal bands. I mean, and then 70s punk rock, earlier
Thunders
rock and roll, Dead Boys, and I don't know. It's just it's a lacking. I think it's lacking. So hopefully we can do it.
Yeah.
I had an epiphany today. I don't know how this never dawned on me, but I was watching the same Johnny Thunders video that I watch all the time of him playing in like Amsterdam or something like that from like the late 80s, and I'm looking at him move, and he's got this oversized jacket, and it just dawned on me, like, he is the punk rock Elvis. I don't know how I never made that comparison or observation up until today, but I think if there ever was one, Johnny Thunders is the punk rock Elvis, in my opinion. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, it came out of your mouth, so it must be true.
Damn straight. I like his logic.
I was watching a whole bunch of Johnny Thunders videos, like one of them where he was at Steve Bader's funeral, and he was doing some. Did you see that one?
No, I never saw that one.
All right, he's doing like 5 songs, and he cannot stop going like this.
Oh yeah, I have. He looks like a turtle. He's like.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all coked out and stuff, and he looks like shit. But
I didn't know it was the funeral. That explains, because I've seen like the background. I'm like, where are they? I never knew that was the funeral.
It's like a coffin.
Yeah, there's a coffin in the back.
Yeah, didn't realize it though.
No, I fucking as soon as you made that face though, I fucking realized that. Yeah,
that was a good performance. Any Johnny Thunders performance where he's fucked up was good.
Yeah, all of them pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. Yeah, except like towards the end there when he was like in Japan and shit. But yeah, Johnny Thunders is.
It just ruined everything. The methadone.
How about when talking about those kind of groups? He's just talking about this New Jersey super group earlier, right? How about the one when Dee Dee Ramone gets together with Steve Baders and Thunders and what the fuck were they thinking?
I think they were thinking it would have sounded a whole hell of a lot better than it actually did.
But were they like, oh my God, let's get the biggest fuck ups of our bands,
together.
Like, what did they play? Maybe one show for real, and the rest is just, I don't know what they were doing. Heroin? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was all based out of Paris too, right? I don't think
I
it was
think
in
so,
America, yeah.
Yeah, right
I know-
before he died, right before Stiv died, I think.
Yeah,
He got hit by that car.
They hit that and Lords of the New Church. Yeah, I think he was actually recording. I think he was out front of the recording studio or leaving the recording studio when he got hit. But yeah, that band though, it was kind of like real lame. You can find the tracks on YouTube, but like they sound like a typical '80s band. It doesn't sound like a Ramone, a Heartbreaker, and who was the third? And who was the other?
Dead
member?
Boys.
Dead
and
Boys.
Stiv Bators. Yeah, Dead Boys. So like it does not sound like that. It sounds like some '80s.
I think
radio.
they did write. Dee Dee wrote "Poison Heart" out of that one, which I think
but just released it with the Ramones then.
Yeah, I don't know because Stiv recorded it as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know, Dee Dee, he fucks up, right? He gives away the song by accident all the time. He gave away Chinese Rocks. He gave away this, but some of his best songs, he kind of.
Yeah. Dee Dee was in that band with Gigi Allen too.
For a
Yeah, he was in
minute.
the Murder Junkies just
For a
for a
minute.
little. Yeah, they were gonna do the. They were gonna call it the Gigi and Dee Dee tour, but it only lasted a couple of days. And
I don't think it lasted more than a rehearsal.
Well, I'm basing my thing off the Hate It documentary that they put out, but I'm pretty sure they recorded that one rehearsal, but I think they played 3 actual dates, and Gigi threw a bottle at like a hooker as they were like driving by out of the van, and Dee Dee was like, I'm not putting up with this shit. Which seems weird because that seems like something Dee Dee would normally do. So, but I don't. That was just what I heard in the Hate It thing. I don't know. It's all bathroom gossip.
That's crazy that he would want to get out of a band with Gigi, and Dee Dee is like a crazy motherfucker too.
Yeah, exactly. But I did hear. I listened to a lot of audiobooks, and I listened to Marky Ramones recently, Punk Rock Blitzkrieg or something like that. And according to him, Dee Dee was basically out of his lid when he was leaving the Ramones. He wanted to do the whole rap thing, but he also kind of just didn't want to be Dee Dee Ramone anymore, like kind of whole trying to escape fame and escape himself thing. So like at the same time, it's like if he was leaving the Ramones to do that, I don't know what he would have then been thinking to go join one of the wildest rock and roll outlaws ever. And, you know what I mean? Go in some like dirty van tour, but I don't know. That's drugs will do that to you. You know.
Well, I remember when Dee Dee left the Ramones, and he did the rap, and he did the he did Funky Man, this single, right, which was I thought really genius, because it's good, it's great for a punk rock guy to do this rap song, and it I don't know. I think it came out good. And then he did this album, Standing in the Spotlight. I don't know. Did you hear this?
I didn't know the Standing in the Spotlight. I knew what you were talking about.
Well, come on. The Standing in the Spotlight album, you can find it on YouTube, but it is the worst album you ever heard in your life. I think maybe there's like 2 decent songs on there, and the rest are absolute garbage, but it's so worth it to listen to. It's just fun,
There's been so many of those horrible albums out there that were like supposed to be really good, but they're horrible.
Oh, this is definitely might top them all. Hey, I think it won an award for the worst record ever made or something.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the Facebook, Mike. You got captions on your screen, so everything you're saying is being typed out. I don't know why. As I look at it, I don't. Yeah, it looks like you got like a.
Well, I'm here for the hearing impaired.
Hearing impaired who listen to podcasts.
Okay.
I don't know how that's happening, but I'm seeing it there.
I was looking at like some of the worst albums ever made, right? And like there's one from that woman that was a teen mom, but she was also like a porn star. I don't know if you know that girl. Like she was on the show Teen Mom, and then she became a porn star.
I met her over at Andrew's one night.
One night at Pogo.
She got around. Yeah. But she made an album, and it was so horribly bad. It was like really great.
Oh, is that Catch Me Outside girl?
No, not her, but
No,
she's
her.
got some shit out there too that's pretty crazy. I'd like to say that she's pretty good too, but I don't know if that's true or not. But how about how has like the virus affected you guys at all? Has it?
We played with them once or twice.
A few times.
That virus. The other one.
I don't know, Mike. You want to go first? I know you've been home, working from home for fucking months now.
Over a year.
Yeah.
I mean, how did it affect? Well, it affected the same way everybody. We work at home and we don't have to go to work in the office anymore. It's nice.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the corona or anything. People I know today, I just learned a great friend of mine got the 2 shots, right, and then all of a sudden they got the COVID now.
Jesus. Well, there is
it's
like a 2-week
what
period or something where you're still susceptible.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They had the shots quite a while ago.
I got the first one on 420, but to be honest, I think kind of the whole shaken and stirred is birth of PoGo, because of the pandemic, because basically we couldn't play shows, and so people were just coming over the house, like Renee and my boy Sean, and we'd just be jamming, and the 3 of us would never have time to do an actual band, so it was like, let's
shaken and stirred?
Yeah, exactly. I was saying it was born kind of out
of the
pandemic. You son of a bitch. Shaken and Stirred is that record we're putting out featuring you.
Okay, I'm just saying for the people that just joined.
Doing a radio reset. But yeah, PoGo City Records now. Putting out our second release. We're taking members of Blank 77, members of the Parasitics, members of the Unsubs, members of One Sided, shuffling them all together, making some different bands, and we're going to put out a release. Our boy Joe from 4D Kids Production is jumping on board now. So now I was thinking about just doing a 7-inch at first. We recently released this past Saturday the one-sided 7-inch. They are sold out now. And there. I think. Well, I didn't sell out of them till yesterday. There must have been a couple while you were there. You probably just didn't notice. But that was our first release, and now we're working on that second one. And I don't think it ever would have happened if COVID wouldn't have happened. And to be honest, One Sided was pretty much born out of the pandemic as well. So I mean, kind of turned a bad thing into a good thing when it comes to
one other.
pandemic.
Oh, that's what you were asking? Like, what good came out of this?
Like what happened? Like, how'd you guys deal? I'm sure a lot of stuff came out of that was pretty good.
I got together with Renee from the Blanks and Dean the Sex Machine from who used to be our roadie for the longest time, and another good friend of ours, Tommy Blewett, as well as Victoria from the Showcase Showdown. And we put together an online dance party called
it was good.
Called the My Corona.
My Corona.
My Corona. And that's been a shit ton of fun. Especially, since a lot of people that are friends and stuff are not gathering, right? Because other than having a few select people at your house, you're not going to have a huge group, right? So we've been having these dance parties, and some people are throwing smaller get-togethers while it's going on, and it's been a shit ton of fun.
I remember the first one, there was like 40 people at my house. It was ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, it was a good idea. It was so basically, so maybe you could get together with a small group of people, but for everybody who hadn't seen each other in forever, it was a setup like this, except Mike would be DJing and Victoria would be DJing, everybody be dancing on the screen. It was a blast. When's the next one going down? You guys got more plans, or is that gone for now?
I'm kind of over it because I think the virus. I think the virus is done. All right, I'm over it. Okay? Summer's coming. I'm ready to get out.
Yep. So the Valentine's Day looking like the last one for a while then.
Well, seriously, I think there might be one more because they want it, and who am I to let anyone down when they want to have a good time, you know? So I'm here to, yeah, we'll do it.
Please, here to please.
Yeah, I came down to Florida, right, because I came out of like a really bad breakup with the ex-fiance. That sucks. But so I came down here, and I've been writing a book, and yeah, I've been writing like a memoir, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm up to page like 170. I want to get to like 320, something like that. And
Will we be in the book?
What?
Will we be in the book?
Yeah, this part is going to be in it. Yeah.
Oh, tonight. Yeah.
I didn't write it yet. This part is going to be in it. Yeah, of course. This is possibly the culmination of the whole entire book. So yeah.
If I'd known you were going to write a book, I would have given you something to write about the other night.
What'd you have? Oh, okay. All right.
No, we would have made some magic happen or something.
Well, I mean, you got my information, so you know what? Like, yeah, I think I've been doing a really good job. I had a whole one done, right? Like a whole three books worth of it, and I was like, shit, this sucks. So I threw it all away, and I just started all over again. That thing took me like 3 years to finish, and now I'm just started over. So yeah, I mean, that's good that came out of this whole entire virus thing. Also, my roommate, he's doing a play Midtown Manhattan called Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. It's a Tennessee Williams play.
Yeah.
And it's the first time it's being done in Midtown Manhattan. So he's starring in it. I'm helping produce it. Andrew's doing some shatter. And we're selling raffles for it. So we're trying to bring up money, but it's also going to support the arts and people who have been out of work because of this. So like, you know, ideas come through and through. So like, you know, we're just trying to get that whole thing going. I want to do this book thing. I mean, like I got a bunch of shit going on that I never had going on before. I used to just sit on the couch and watch like YouTube videos about people being killed. That was my whole life.
Some faces of death.
I'm sorry. What you know? What kind of deaths were they?
Oh, like there's this one channel on YouTube called Criminally Listed, and it'll bring up like all these different kinds of deaths, like stories behind them too, like the 3 craziest kid murderers or something like that, or you know, 3 people who killed their parents.
Oh, so it's not the video of the death; it's like a document.
It's like a documentary, but you could find videos of death too.
I know.
I've come across those. Those ones are pretty crazy too, like with people being like hit by cars and stuff or trains. Oh my God, that's horrible.
I don't know. I don't want to be insensitive, but I kind of watch those things and I don't
feel anything.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I just because it's not real to me.
It's not your reality, you mean?
It's not my reality. I mean, it happened obviously, and it's
yeah.
I guess if I really sit down and think about it, you know, but
yeah. I had
car crash videos and train wreck videos and plane crashes. Oh God, I went down some. I don't know how I got sucked into watching all these plane crash videos the other day. Yeah, I know. Just I don't know. Whatever.
Now, what is it? Is it like from the perspective of someone in the plane, from the ground?
No, it's planes crashing.
But I mean, where is the camera though?
Oh, like on the off to the like from the runway or
okay, yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah.
From the ground.
Yeah, it's not like somebody who's like sitting in the plane. Or like,
no. That would be cool.
I was wondering if it was retrievable, but yeah, that would be pretty nuts. That
would be pretty cool. What about do you guys ever watch like those UFO videos where, like people like filming UFOs in the sky and stuff? Like, I don't know. No, you don't believe those things?
I have other things to do.
Mike's not down. I heard recently Joe from the Unsubs was talking that the dude from Blink-182 is the reason that NASA's uncovering all these new documents. He left the band to go find aliens, and apparently he did or something.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah, God bless him is right.
God bless the United States.
God bless Blink-182.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they finally doing something. Finally doing something productive for us.
Yeah, they're finally going to put their name on the map. Blink-182.
I don't know. I do like that All the Small Things song and that video where they're running around in their underwear and the nurse.
I wonder why you like that video.
Oh,
yeah,
Mike.
I'm not gonna lie. We were doing it this weekend. Actually, we end up on these holes of their fucking music videos on YouTube because they're fucking hilarious. Like they're just absolutely ridiculous. Like the one where they get the money for the budget, and it's like thousands of dollars, and they just cash it in all cash, and they're just throwing it out the window, driving down the street, and taking fucking poor people and buying them pimp suits and getting them haircuts and dropping cars off of buildings and smashing TVs, and that's just the whole video. I was like, this is fucking genius.
See, I'm a little greedy because I think, God, if they handed me all that cash, I'd be like, oh, mine.
Right in there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess they must be so used to it, right?
Oh, I know. That's probably what their budget is for all 30 of their videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking nothing.
Yeah. Imagine that, huh? Imagine that.
Imagine that. What would you do if you had that much money? Like so you win you win the Mega Millions. You know what I mean? Money is you're a billionaire now for whatever reason.
I'm going out to eat.
Hitting up that Applebee's. Who
I don't know.
I don't know what I would do. I think like I would try to like treat some of my friends to stuff, and well, I mean, like I was homeless for a little bit.
Here.
I was homeless for a little bit, so like I know, like I mean I don't know, I just know that shit. So if somebody needed something, or I mean, of course I would buy like a big house and probably like a Bugatti. I mean, who wouldn't?
Bugatti.
You know? But I mean, other than that, I mean, I would probably just stash it. I don't know, buy a bunch of hookers.
Yeah, now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, buy a bunch of hookers, like high-end ones, not the ones you could get for like $40 or something.
Yeah,
I'm talking
about the crackhead ones, the Charlie Sheen ones.
Charlie Sheen's on his prime. The $40 ones have to live too.
Yeah, you were talking about helping people out. So, I mean,
but I want to be winning. I want to be winning, like Charlie Sheen. I want to be winning. Yeah. So I guess
I would have like a penthouse suite in like Manhattan, but I would also have like a beach house in like whatever beach in California, and like I would have Giants season tickets, and I would have like punk rock clubs on each end of the country. And it would be Pogo City on steroids. I would have an actual Pogo City wouldn't be a room; it would be an actual city. I would buy like Trump bought Mar-a-Lago or whatever the fuck it is. I'd buy like Manhattan, and that would be Pogo City. That'd be
awesome. Two things right there. Two things that I noticed. So I did forget that I would love to have like a room, like an aquarium the size of a room with like sharks and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool.
Some villain shit, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd want to have like an actual person in there cleaning it, like, but 24 hours a day. Like he's just gonna stay down there and he's just gonna be cleaning that whole thing. So like
Rumba.
Yeah. He'd be like the sucker fish. He'd be the one that's like scrubbing the walls and shit. And
he's gonna have like alligator skin after a while.
That's not my problem. I paid him. No.
Like you got a family to feed. Don't forget.
Yeah, I'm not getting you for $40 here. You know, fucking, you're gonna do your job. Yeah, I got a hooker back there for $40. You clean my tank.
Yeah, it's like maybe he'd be like, "I'll suck the dick, man."
And also, my family used to have Giants season tickets, and we used to go. Like I used to go to all the games and stuff. My dad went to 2 Super Bowls. I think he went to the
90s ones, huh?
Yeah, the one with Hostetler, that one. And then there was another one, I think, like in San Francisco or something. Well, but I used to go all the time.
Sims was 86, and Hostetler would be 91.
Yeah. We went to both of those, and I think we gave up the tickets probably in like the 2000s because they got like an outrageous price. Yeah, it's like $4,000.
Yeah, the private seat licensing after they opened up MetLife, they built the new stadium and went, boo!
Yeah. Yeah, it was like double the price. So we got rid. Well, he got rid of them, but it probably still would have been in my name, which would have been cool. Because I mean, back then, if they were in my name like 10 years ago when he passed away, then I probably would spend it all on my arm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you there.
Yeah, and $40 hookers.
And $40.
If you shared, you could probably get some $20 hookers.
Yeah. Why are we setting our heights? Our
sense Come on, you gotta make that money last.
Yeah. You don't want to end up in the woods. But
Sure.
Aaron from One Sided, he has season tickets, and actually my ex-father-in-law has season tickets. And me and Aaron, we've met up from One Sided. We've met up at one of the games. Him and his brother split the tickets. It's funny, we were talking about being in the band and doing shows, and he goes, Andrew, though, I can't. He goes, football season, though, I'm at all the Giants games. I'm like, I know, Aaron. I said, but there aren't all that many punk rock shows on Sunday afternoons when the Giants are typically playing. And I said, plus, there's away games, so we'll be all right. Aaron's trying to tell me he can't play shows when the Giants are in season. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, I'm a diehard Giants fan, but Jesus Christ, could we use a winning year. But I guess Mike disappearing, playing with himself somewhere. We could talk about him now. We could talk shit on him now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now he's gone.
I really feel.
Yeah. Have you gone to a lot of games? Oh, there he is.
I've never gone for too long, so don't be
quiet. Be quiet. Keep it quiet now.
So,
hey, Mike. Happy birthday, Mike.
Oh, thanks.
I was just gonna say that. There you go.
Oh. All right, Andrew, go ahead. You could pretend I wasn't there.
I was going to trick him into saying it himself, but it's funny. Right as you said something before, I was going to say the same thing too, but go on. Yes, it's Mike's birthday. What, this weekend, Mike?
It is on Sunday. The town sent me a birthday card.
Really?
Yeah, my congressman.
State congressman?
I don't know. I don't really it has their picture. I don't know the
difference.
It has their fucking picture. Like, it's my fucking birthday. What do I need your picture for?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything special for it?
I'll probably have a small gathering, and Sunday I'm going to see my some family members.
Nice. Well, I mean, as we get older, I really don't want anything.
What do you mean older? What are you talking about?
I mean, as I get older.
Younger.
Oh. Yeah.
As I get older, I don't really want people to even remember it. So,
I don't think it's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, me neither. A long time ago, I used to tell people, I'd be like, it's my birthday, so it's like a celebration week. So, like everybody celebrates the week.
Oh, it's still celebration month for me, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, I would want presents every day. So, like, I was being selfish. So that ended last year. And just kidding. It ended maybe this year. But
it should never end.
No. It's
everyone should find a way to feel special.
I wish I was special.
That's a good point, though. That's a really good point. Yeah. So what else? Anything else like fun going on?
Oh, well, my daughter was disappointed, Mike. I was confused. She asked me how to spell happy birthday, Mike Blanx. And I told her how, and she made a sign. And I'm like, what are you doing? She heard that we were doing this. She thought you were coming here in person.
Aww.
So she made you like a happy birthday sign.
Like,
no, she was hanging it on the door. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, no, he's not coming here.
Where is it?
Like, we're on the computer, sweetie. I'm sorry. She was like, oh, well, tell him I said happy birthday. So Ava says happy birthday, Mike.
That's so sweet.
It's so great. Blank 77, right, has fans of all ages.
Yes, they
do. I don't know, from, what is she, 7?
She'll be 7 next month, yeah.
Okay, good guess by me. All the way to, I don't know.
70.
Yeah,
70.
My dad's well into his 60s. He's a pretty big fan, so.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
funny. Yeah, funny how
I saw you guys play in Pennsylvania. I think at like the Kill Time. You remember that place or the Stalag?
Yeah, right? I believe they were right next door to each other, right?
Yeah. I saw you guys
like squats.
Yeah. Oh, they were awesome though.
Oh, they were the best.
Yeah, there was like a couch in there and everything, and people were just hanging out, drunk.
That couch has seen a lot of ass. I tell you.
Definitely. I wish that place was still around. That place was great. But I saw you guys there with, I think, like, who did I see? Unseen, maybe? And who else? The Cuffs.
The Cuffs,
yes. Yeah. You guys were all there. It was probably like, I was listening to some dumb shit before that. Like, I remember, like, well, it wasn't dumb, like Rancid and shit. Still love Rancid, but, you know, very, very mainstream shit. And then, like, I was introduced to you guys, and I, like, wanted to go to the show. So we just all piled in this car, all of us, like, you know, 18 years old, 17 years old. And we went there. We were never there before. Like, you know, in the worst places in Philadelphia. Like, I remember my one friend had to go to the bathroom, so he pissed on somebody's stoop, and the guy comes out there with, like, a knife, trying to knife him and shit. Like, it's like, whoa, this is crazy. So then, like, you know, went into
you could have got a few of those $40. Well, probably you could have got a few $10 crack whores over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It was. We played. I guess. I mean, that's what's a little different now about, especially this area, right? New York City, parts of New Jersey, Philadelphia, all the places we used to play that we don't play anymore because it's not there anymore, were in bad parts of town. And now there's like not a lot of bad parts of town that has any culture. Yeah. Right? There's no rock, there's no clubs that play music. There's no there's not I don't know.
Well, Giuliani secretly killed all the homeless people. So.
Well, that's New York City, and that's hours and hours of pissed off people. Oh, the rock scene died, you know, in New York that year, 1999 or whatever that was, 2000. I don't know what year it was.
When I saw you guys, it was like 97 or 98, I think.
Yeah, those were good days.
Yeah, they were.
I don't remember it, but it was good. They told me.
I don't really remember much of it either. I just remember that couch.
Oh, okay. At the Kill Time.
Yeah.
What I liked, I don't know if it was that one or the Stalag, and they had the backyard, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't have to use the bathroom, so you could go in the
I think that was the Stalag.
You told me about that, Mike. Yeah, I've heard
yeah. And it was funny because there was you had to walk a plank over a big ditch. I don't know why there was a big ditch.
It was irrigation. It was erosion. I mean, it was
erosion. Yeah. And then it's like funny. It's like, oh, and yeah, we live here. Oh, like, because there was like a refrigerator.
Yeah,
somebody lived there. I thought it was just a place for bands to play.
How'd you get booked there?
The people.
I forgot. I guess the person who lived there. Right?
That's awesome.
No, but all the bands from Philly would book this, like Violent Society and Cuffs and the Boyles. And,
Bomb Squadron.
Bomb Squadron was around.
I just got 2 Bomb Squadron records this weekend. My man Mike Clancy came to the show and gave me a box of 7 inches and a box of 12s, and he had 2 out of 3 Bomb Squadron 7 inches in there. I think he had the first one and the third one, Smash Hits and Another Generation Lost. But yeah, I was pumped.
Yeah.
There was somebody else too that was really good over there. The Bristles.
They're from Jersey.
Those two.
Yeah.
One of their 7 inches. Love the Bristles.
They were really good. Yeah. Whatever happened to them?
Just
they didn't carry on like you guys.
You know, they're not enough troopers out there like me.
They're not all built like Mike. Everybody wants to be like Mike.
They're not all built like one of those used car lot.
Waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
You know, we played the show this past week Saturday, and I woke up Sunday and I'm like, why the fuck do my arms hurt so much? But
well, why? Because you were performing?
I guess. I don't know. Fucking weird shit.
Dude, I got sick as shit, right? So I'm always sick because I'm like sick, right? My stomach's fucked up. And I was all nervous that I was going to be all fucking sick when I had to play because I wake up like I'm fucking pregnant and I puke most mornings. But I wake up Saturday.
Then he had pickles and ice cream.
Yeah. I wake up Saturday and I actually don't puke. And it's like 9:30. We're getting ready to leave. We had to leave at like 10. And I got my little dab tool, this little thing. Now, I don't know how good the camera can see, but it's not really pointy. It's a little piece of metal. It's not really pointy. Yeah. And you just scoop dabs with it. I was telling this story to someone, and they went, yeah, that's not dangerous at all. So I got my dab on it, and I drop it, right? And as it's floating around like on my table, getting ready to fall, I go to try and grab it like this, but I ended up going like that, and it pushed on the table, and then I lifted up my hand, and the fucking thing was stuck out of my fucking finger, and I saw it, and I was just like, and fucking Joe and David from the Unsubs were upstairs, and Rob from Scranton, they hear me screaming. I go running. I'm thinking it's going to fall out of my hand, and it doesn't. And I got to pull it out. And I don't realize this, but I got the dabs open, and they're like crumble, so they're kind of like flaky. And it's on my lap. I send it flying through the air. It's raining dabs. I go running through my hallway, trip in this towel, bust my face open, and then get to the bathroom, clean up, and that's how my Saturday started. And then I made it through the show, but about halfway through I started feeling sick, and by the time we got back to the cabin, I was puking everywhere. Julie and Renee were taking care of me, and I was just puking.
It's because your stomach's bad?
Yeah, I have that's why I had to stop drinking. Like, I was literally drinking a liter of vodka every other night. Like, I would drink a half a liter of vodka every night. And I ended up in the hospital, and I had like gastritis and colitis, had developed an ulcer, but I don't really have medical insurance, so they told me to go see a gastro specialist, and I never did. So I actually have this little scam where my friend's kid fakes an illness and gets pills written to them that I then take, because this is America and how our healthcare system works. But that's another story.
You could talk to a doctor like this now, right?
Yeah, so, they charge for that too, though. But yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I could be you, right?
Yeah, anybody could say anything then. Yeah. Oh my, I got a really bad headache. Prescribe me like Vicodin.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, gastritis is not like you're not going to get addicted to gas pills.
Yeah, exactly. You want to know what else is funny? I started seeing it for a little bit, but it was too expensive. I was going to an addiction specialist for gas pills so they could write me gas pills. The gastritis pills. Like, how fucking ridiculous is this? Like, some dude you would go get, like, Suboxone from. I have him writing me fucking whatever fucking shit I take for my stomach.
Like, sure, you're a breath of fresh air.
I once went to a doctor to get medicine to beat my addiction, but he was a doctor, he was a lawyer, and he had his lawyer's office in there too. And his main credit was that he was a recovering methamphetamine doctor or addict. So he had all these three great qualities. And when I got there, he was like, "So what do you want me to sign for you? Like, what do you want? You want some methadone? You want Suboxone? And I could have just went in there and said, "Oh, yeah, I'll take both of those." But I went in there and I did the right thing. Well, the right thing for me, I guess. But, I mean, years ago I wouldn't have done that. I would have taken both of those. But, yeah, doctors could do anything like that now.
Yeah, I mean, things are definitely different. I mean, I got a similar backstory to you. But nowadays I feel like when I was – like, I've been off, like, hard drugs for 8 years now. But, like, so when I was back there – like, it was a lot more going on. Like, it was easier to go doctor shopping. And, like, because I had, like, kidney stones. I had kidney stones for the first time when I was 11. And I would get them every year. And I was getting fucking morphine when I was 11. But then as I got older, when I was, like, 16 and 17, I fucking started being able – I had this really big kidney stone because actually being on painkillers and I was, like, doing dope and stuff like that, numbing my body. Not to mention, if I ever felt any pain, it was just because I was dope sick. But I was actually growing a giant fucking kidney stone, and it just got bigger and bigger. And once I found out about it, I remember in 1 week I went to 5 different doctors because they were trying to debate how they could deal with it, because I needed a different kind of surgery since it was so big. And each doctor wrote me like at least 1 script. Some of them wrote me 2. So I literally in 5 days got 5 scripts for a mix of like Percocet and Vicodin, and one of the dudes wrote me Percocet and fucking Valium. And I had like 5 or 6 scripts in 5 days, and I was able to cash them all. I didn't have insurance, so I just paid cash. Nowadays, you can't get away with that. You know what I mean? Nowadays, they hold on to that script, and they're like, no, you can come back on the 27th. They're like, you have it now. You're beat. Like, but I mean, back like 10 years ago, man, it was really a lot different. It was really easy to get away. Actually, a doctor I was seeing around here recently got federally indicted for some dirty medicine procedures. They're accusing him of selling pills for cash and after hours and all that, all over the papers. I was like, I guess I'm not going to that doctor anymore. Yeah, I know. I would get like a bunch of Ambiens too, and I would take the Ambiens. I'd snort them. I'd snort a whole bunch of Ambiens, and then I like go joyriding, and not remember. I got arrested one time. They told me to throw my keys out of the car, walk backwards towards them. I was like, shit, I wonder what I did. Yeah, like kill somebody, But it just seemed like I was just like trying to run people off the road. But I got arrested for it. It's like a DUI, so no big thing. Yeah, I've heard stories. See, I never really got into stuff like that, but I've heard stories of people who take Ambien regularly, but it says you're not supposed to take it regularly, but I don't even mean an obnoxious amount, just like 1 pill or something. And I heard that they get like these crazy like sleepwalking type things, like where they be cooking or going in the car, or
they have sex with the peanut butter jar.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Mike's like, oh wait, no, I do that on Thursday. But
I planned the whole night out around it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Drugs are fucking crazy, though, dude. They make people do some crazy ass shit. How about when they were that like bath salts they were saying made that dude eat those people's faces in Florida?
Whatever happened to those?
Right over here. Right over here.
I forgot all about the bath salts. You mentioned it today, but I thought I just heard something else about it. But yeah, that was supposed to be a good time, and
motherfuckers starting eating each other.
Yeah, it never amounted. I mean, it never really came our way.
See, I used to smoke. See, when that shit was getting real popular, I was like locked up still, and then when I got out, I was on parole. So like I was smoking all that like legal weed shit, which I do not recommend. Like the
K2
shit, K2 spice, all that. Oh my god, right? So I was smoking that shit out of a one-hitter every single moment of the day for like a year and a half. Never had any bad reactions, but the shit wasn't at all like weed. It was more like Dipset or like wet, you know what I mean? Like it was like damn near like walls melting. Like weed does not make the walls melt. That shit would make the walls melt. And,
it could kill you.
Yeah, I would have like these weird reactions. I was playing that game Little Big Planet, and like the screen would start like moving on me, and then I'd get this crazy headache, and I'd just start screaming. I'd have this pain in my head, screaming, and I couldn't see straight, and I'd always like start to gain consciousness. I'd find myself in the bathroom with the water running full blast. So one time I pick up this shit.
What's with that?
I think it's the white noise. I think it's like
that's what it is.
I think for me, because as I had a really crazy reaction. This is really crazy, right? So I was smoking this shit all the time. I pick up this shit called King Kong. I remember being in the bathroom taking one hit. Then I go through this whole entire long like trip. It feels like it's forever, but for a while, I'm convinced I'm the universe. I'm by myself. I am literally time. I go down that hole like some acid trip type shit. And then I remember being real sad because I thought I was going to be so bored because I literally thought I was just existence. And like, I was not going to have like anybody to talk to. And then I got convinced that I was the Riddler from Batman. And that's where things got bad, right? Because I went nuts. I thought I was the Riddler and I thought I killed somebody. Like I literally, so I end up going nuts. I throw myself down the stairs, and I must have, like, busted my face open. I smash up the whole house, throw TVs on the ground, computers. It's not even my house, mind you. I'm at my girlfriend's by myself while she's at work. And so I'm flipping out. I'm smashing everything. And I remember this now, but at the time, I'm just like, I have, like, no control. I kind of just remember this as, like, a tunnel vision thing. And I just want like speed and force, and I'm not trying to kill myself, but I get this idea in my head that I'm gonna go run and jump off like the 8th Street Bridge in Bethlehem. Just like, and not as like suicide, just because like I can. And fucking, luckily I go to run down these stairs, I fall and I bust my ass. And I see the blood, and that's when I started thinking in my head that I had killed somebody. I was clean from, like, hard drugs at the time, and I got it in my head that I stabbed somebody for drug money. And this wasn't true at all, and I wasn't even on, like, hard drugs at the time. Got that in my head. I start panicking, and I thought that 4 years had gone by. I end up calling my girlfriend, and I'm fucking screaming on the phone at the top of my lungs. And she's like, "Who are you? Where's my boyfriend?" I'm like, "I fucking killed somebody. I murdered someone." I'm fucking screaming at this poor girl while she's at work. And she works down the street at a tattoo parlor. And she goes running down Broad Street in Bethlehem. And I got, like, all the doors locked. And now she's, like, calling cops, and the ambulance is there. They get me in the ambulance. I become totally sober 5 minutes later. It's like nothing happened. I ended up walking out of the hospital bed. Nothing ever came from it. They didn't even know I left. I didn't have an IV or anything. I was on parole, too. They drove me to the hospital. I pretty much sat in the bed, and I was fine by then. And I'm like, I've got to get the fuck out of here. I just stood up and walked out and went back home.
What were you on?
It was that K2 shit. It was called King Kong, but it was that K2
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I told you, man, I had been smoking that shit for like a year. It wasn't like I was like a newbie or anything. I had been smoking that shit for a year. It was the first time I ever had that brand. Ironically named King Kong, and I destroyed the fucking house.
Man,
and almost kill myself.
And almost killed somebody else.
Yeah.
You thought.
Yeah,
you thought.
Oh, dude, I thought I was going to jail for like life.
I had overdosed on meth one time, and I go back into my house. And there's like a whole bunch of people in there, and they like wanted to listen to some CD, and all my CDs were like stacked on top of the TV, like, you know, like just a tower almost, and like one of the CDs was like in the middle. So I go to grab it, and like all the CDs fall, like all of them fall, and then I'm like, oh shit, like I'm overdosing in my head. I know I'm gonna die. So then, like, I go down and on the ground and I start collecting the CDs, and I have this thought in my head, like, what if this is all I do for the rest of my life? Like, everybody's got their own little thing going on. Like, that dude walks to the mailbox and gets his mail. You know, somebody goes to the store and gets cigarettes. What if this is what I do for my whole entire life? And people come and pass me, and this is just me. And a lot of people will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But you understand?
No, I like almost like a multiverse type thing. Like, I don't know. I watch a lot of Rick and Morty, but it sounds like if you were just in some like dimension where you were just stuck like in this loop all the time. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I was in this loop, and I wasn't coming out of it. And I overdosed like 4 times that day, and through that whole thing, and I was in like a 2-hour coma. And
oh shit! So this is what's going on in like your head.
Yeah, but this is going like this was another universe at first, but then when I was in my head, they took me to the hospital, and like I thought like it was deathly quiet there, and my mom just passed away there, so I knew it wasn't quiet there. So then like I could have sworn I was in like a chop shop, like I must have owed somebody money because it was way quiet. My arm is burning, Like, I don't know what's going on. They're putting an IV in my arm, and I didn't know that. They're like, I feel like my dick is being cut off, but they're putting a catheter in there.
Oh,
like,
yeah, there. Fuck that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, gotta love meth. And, so like that was, yeah, that was a horrible experience on meth one time. And then there was another one that I was walking in a field one time, and I look up in the sky, and there's helicopters and airplanes dropping elephants out of the sky. And I'm like trying to dodge these elephants everywhere that I'm at. And I call up my father, and I'm like in a bomb scene, like, I'm taking cover. I'm like, Dad, I don't know where I'm at. There's heavy fire here. Somebody's got to save me. Oh my God, Dad, an elephant just fell right by my face. Right? He's like, just run out to the road. I'll find you. So I run out to the road. Wouldn't you know, I was right next door the whole time. I was right next door the whole time. Meth.
Especially when you're up for like days.
Kids.
Yeah. I was up for a long time too. Yeah, I was up for like 8-9 days.
Even if you weren't on drugs, like just the lack of sleep from like 2 to 3 days, like you're gonna start hallucinating, and your body's gonna start doing all types of random awful shit that it's not supposed to do, because I guess we need our sleep. But yeah, I'm
an insomniac, and I get like, maybe last week I think I had 4 hours of sleep the whole week, and like, yeah, so like
I'm always on the go. But I sleep for 6 hours. Like, if I go to sleep at midnight, I will be up at 6. If I go to sleep at 2 a.m., I might be up at 6, but I will be up at 8. Like, I really, and I'm like always high energy and just zooming.
Yeah.
But I function off like a little bit of sleep. But no, I definitely need more than 4 hours in a week. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was up for like 2 days straight, and then I fell asleep for like 45 minutes, and I wake back up, and then I'm up for the whole rest of the day. It was horrible. Horrible.
Did you sleep through the one-sided set?
No. Unfortunately, I missed that set, dude.
Did you?
That sucks. But there's a video now. Our boys in 4D Kids from Virginia, they put up.
You can relive the whole experience.
Only the first 2 tracks, sadly.
No, it was really good.
Hey, Mike, I recorded your whole set if you want it.
Oh yeah, put it on the YouTube or whatever.
All right. Yeah. I'll see what I can do. They're large files, thow. I don't know. Can you do that?
I'll go on YouTube.
You know what? Giving it to me is like giving it to no one. Let's share it with the world.
Yeah. No. It was good. I was right there, like right in front of you guys. Okay. And then you played the song. You didn't even realize I was there still. You thought I went back to Florida.
Yeah, we're like, where's this motherfucker?
Yeah. I was right there the whole time.
Andrew, he got us to play Rave On, our Buddy Holly cover.
I got a lot.
Which I don't know if we played it in 25 years. I don't know.
I've never heard it. I'm pretty sure I've been at the shows for the last 20 years. So.
Oh yeah, no, we've not played it.
I know.
Good.
I was pumped. I mean, because that really takes me, like, Blanx to me. Like, I mean, I really got a hold of them on the Pogo Attack, and I would sit there and play N64, like Mario Kart Racing, and listen to the Pogo Attack over and over again. And then at Double Decker, I eventually found the fucking Up the System on Green, and like I was pumped, and I played the shit out of that record, and it had the Buddy Holly cover on it, and I thought it was fucking awesome because I always loved just like rock and roll type stuff, and I was really like I didn't know much about punk rock at the time. Like I was new to punk rock. Like I knew punk rock, but like not like I do nowadays. And it was just like, yo, this like really rock and roll sound because it was Buddy Holly. And I was like, this is fucking awesome that like they're playing like actual rock and roll on this. And I'm like, because I always said that like that stuff really was punk rock, and Greasers kind of were punk rockers, you know what I mean? They were the rebels of their generation, and they were the youth gone wild. And like, you think about it, like really the sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing. Like, you watch these documentaries. Like, I was listening to an audiobook on Sam Phillips from Sun Records, Memphis, Tennessee, like the guy who like pretty much recorded Johnny Cash, Elvis, Buddy Holly, Howlin' Wolf, Ike Turner, all those people, Chuck Berry, and but yeah, it was all sex, drugs, and rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's the same thing. And then you kind of, when I look at like 90s like gangster rap, like I see the same thing. Like, it's really the same as punk rock, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just fuck the police and 40s and getting fucked up and standing up for yourself and being rebels. So I really see a big connection between like the Greasers, NWA, and Blank 77 and PoGo City.
Yeah.